Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Hoefessional Podcast, home for the freaks, the sexually fluid. I'm Lissa, aka the Soul Snatcher, aka Strap Queen, and I'm here with my beautiful co-hosts, these boss bitches.
Hi guys, my name is Kitty Mihai. I'm a makeup artist and bad bitch.
Period.
What's up, guys? I'm Jess Baby, aka Jess the Goat.
And we are so excited today. We have our first guest. We are so appreciative of you. Thank you so much for coming. Miss Gold in the house. Thank you so much for coming. We really appreciate you.
I'm honoured to be the first guest.
Yes. So, can you tell us how you got in the industry and how
Can you tell about yourself in general? Actually?
Yes, exactly.
So, primarily, I'm a fetish photographer. But I also host sex parties. And I do a little bit of dom work. Have an OnlyFans that I'm not very active on, so sorry for my subscribers. And I'm just a pervert, really. General sexual deviant.
How long you been in the industry?
For about 6-7 years. 7 years, yeah. I basically, it was my partner that corrupted me.
Was he? Wow.
He was, yeah.
He looks so innocent because I actually know his partner. Her partner. I'm sorry, I have a problem with him.
That's okay.
So yeah, I know your partner because where I know you from I used to waitress and they used to come in and just an ordinary couple. And when I followed them on Instagram, I was like, wow.
Never judge a book by its cover.
No, they just coming with the innocent looks for their dinner dates. And I'm like, wow, I see all sorts of stuff on their Instagram.
I see what they're up to when they're not eating here. Yeah. So I met him. I'd always had these fantasies in my head of things that I wanted to explore and had like asked a previous boyfriend. And he was like, yeah, I'd be down to do that. But it just never really kind of happened. And then I broke up with him and my friend had, she's a stylist and she'd met my current partner. And she went and met him and she was like, you have to meet this guy. And I was like, why? She's like, I'm not telling you. I was like, oh, why? Like, she went on and on, like, have you met him? Have you spoken to him? And I was like, I've not spoken to him, whatever. So I was in Brighton and she messaged me, you know that guy you've got to meet? He's in Brighton this weekend right now. So I get a text and he's like, I'm on my way to Brighton. I've been hassled to message you or whatever, basically. Do you want to meet for a drink? I was like, cool, yeah. So I'm sat in this pub and I get another message like, hi, will I need ID? Also, I'm bunking the train, so I might be a while. I'm like, who the fuck is she sending to me? A 17-year-old poor man, like, what is this? Like,
and that's the love of your life now.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Oh, why? So when did you guys meet? Sorry.
I
was about to say.
I thought you were
So just the ID comment and that, I was just like, how under? We were like 23, 24 at the time. I'm 30 now.
So were you completely blind to who he was?
I was blind.
Had you seen a
didn't
photo?
know what he looked like,
Right.
really. Like, he was one of them like photos on Instagram with like camera over the face, like didn't really paid no attention to me.
Yeah.
It's like didn't exist to me really. Then like, he turns up and you know when you immediately know that it's that person that you spoke, like I was waiting, I saw him, I was like, oh, hello. Like, you know, and then his mate come around the corner, I was like, oh, hello. They were both pretty fit.
Wow.
I wasn't sure which one I was going to flirt with that evening. He came in anyway, we got talking, and then I seen he had this big tattoo on his leg that said fuck cops, and I was like, I like that one.
I'm in love.
Yeah, that's the one.
Love him, obviously. So then we went in, got flirting, and within 20 minutes, I don't know, it went down this very dark, like, seedy tunnel very quickly, and he went, like, what's your fantasy? And I went, I've always wanted to, like, piss in a man's mouth and for them to drink my piss. He went, I'd do that now. I was like,
what?
Wow.
That's a love story, you know,
crazy.
like just piss in my mouth.
love at first sip is what
So
I
your friend
say.
was like playing matchmaker because she knew what you wanted.
That I was like interested in exploring certain things, and I don't know, he also liked feet, and I don't know, she thought he'd like my feet specifically by the feet he was describing. He doesn't like my feet that much, actually. He puts up with them.
What?
I've
Really?
not got his perfect feet, apparently. He says he appreciates them.
What does the
I always
perfect feet
wonder
look like?
right.
Yeah, what does it look like?
Different for every man. Like someone will think my feet are perfect. Obviously they're perfect, but just not for him.
Yeah.
But yeah, he Went to the bar. I got an empty glass. I went into the toilet. I filled it with piss. Come back out and just gave it to him, and he drank it like in the bar.
That was the first time you guys met.
Wow.
Yeah, that was like literally within the first hour of. I think it was like literally 20 minutes after we met. So it was very immediate that this kind of tone and dynamic was set. That this is what it was going to be. And then like just all evening, I was just like glass after glass, like.
And how did it make you feel?
Just loved. I remember just like buzzing, like it felt like really good, like just exciting. Like,
was his mate just sitting there the whole time?
Oh, there was other people. He came with a couple. He had another three
right.
people with him.
That's so hot. You were doing it in a like public place as well.
Yeah, it was a bit like. Ooh.
Well, as I went to the toilet, I was like, have people seen me go in with this empty glass? And it's coming out full. Do they know it's piss? But most people aren't going to look and be like, she's definitely gone into the toilet with an empty glass full of piss.
Yeah, no, exactly. People are drinking and you're not paying attention.
Thinking anything.
You would never
Exactly.
I've always wanted to ask, like, what is it that turns you on about pissing like on someone else?
I love the consumption aspect. I think I love the idea of like something that's meant to be waste being appreciated as like, like liquid gold.
Interesting.
Kind of thing. I love the degradation aspect of covering someone in piss. So like the drinking part is different to like, I love like taking down an alley and pissing all over him with his clothes on, so he's soaked, and I'll be like, bye, and then just he'll have to walk around with like pissy clothes.
So is it like power?
Power, yeah.
Definitely power, degradation, humiliation. Like, I don't know, I just think bodily fluids are sexy too. I think there's
I agree with that. Like
too.
I love body fluids. Like I love to smell a man. Like I love a sweat. I know it's disgusting. A lot of people think I'm disgusting, but I love, when you're having sex and your man sweats and you just lick it off. Like I think it's just so sexy.
Salty.
Yeah. Oh, I love it so much.
Yeah, definitely. And what's it like for him? Like what turns him on about it?
I think his journey with, you can have him on as well if you want to talk to him.
Amazing.
Would he come for the?
Oh
my God, I really want him to have a for a long time anyway.
It would be amazing.
It would be nice to reunion.
He will be able to tell you more about this than me. This is like what we discuss things a lot. Like we're very open.
We saw that on your Instagram actually. I showed the girls that like you're very open about your or sexual.
Yes.
It's not an orientation, isn't it? What is it? Like it's a preference?
Dynamic.
It's like a dynamic what you guys have,
Yeah. Completely. So I think at the beginning when we first met, he hadn't been pissed on by that many people. But I mean, on Friday night, he was pissed on by like 30 different people over a 4-hour period, like consistently. He was in a toilet box. Like it's become very extreme now.
Wow.
And I think I'm quite competitive with myself. So I was like, this is a numbers game now. So like once I pissed on him, I was like, I want everyone to piss on this man. I want everyone to experience what I've experienced. So I was like calling up my friends like, hey, do you want to go out? And then after, do you want to piss on him? So it just became this like...
Can I ask a question? Do you think sorry Jess, do you think it's some sort of polyamory in a sense?
We're not poly. I think poly poly for me means that you're in multiple relationships where there's kind of feelings and it's a little bit more equal. We're non-monogamous, definitely. We're not just with each other.
Yes.
But we've had threesomes. There's always different people involved in our relationship because there's always people pissing on him.
Yes.
We've not done it yet, but we've spoken a lot about cuckolding. And we have
him to be a cock or
Do I look like
no. I mean like getting a third person.
Maybe with a strap you might.
That's what I was going to say. So like, so he's like the submissive and you're the dom of the relationship.
Yeah, completely. Like we have never switched within our own sexual dynamic.
Yes.
Like there would never be a time he'd be like, right, it's my turn.
So
not even
but
on top,
I like that it's different for like the woman to be the dom. Do you know what?
It's really nice.
Yeah, it's definitely.
It's nice. He lets you be in control. Yeah,
he's lucky. He's lucky.
Yeah,
for me
absolutely.
Yeah.
So his preference is on his face, like when
he doesn't have a preference.
Just anywhere.
With me, it's like different for different people. Like every person that uses him will use him in a different way, will bring something else to the table. With us, like our favorite way is actually like outside. I've got a very strong stream. I've actually got a particularly strong piss. So it feels like more like we enjoy like the degradation kind of aspect of it more together. But from some people, he'll prefer consumption. From some people, like sometimes he'll have like 3 people go on him at once, and like one person will be pissing on his dick, which if he's used by the people is always caged. So keep him in chastity when he's
nice.
Yeah, I've seen a picture of the cage actually. I think you posted on Instagram before.
And the toilet bowl has like this glass, like on the picture, it looked like it had like a glass thing over it.
It's perspex.
Oh,
We should put a picture in a corner, like
yes,
how it looks.
absolutely.
To know where the screen
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so like another slave custom made it for me.
Nice.
So it's like there's not another one like it, and it fills up a little bit.
So he sits in it, or like he lays his head in it.
But he cleans if he's being used on like a big night and there's lots of women using him, then it's not very fair on them to, have to go to a smelly toilet. So he like cleans it after like every 2-3 people.
Yes.
With like puppy pads down. He's got a whole method.
That's actually amazing. Like
that's so interesting. Honestly,
yeah, very
so
interesting. I'm very intrigued.
Yeah, and then he's learned how to kind of pace himself, because the first time we did it, like at these big parties, after 9, he was nearly sick because he drunk their full streams, and he was
shit.
his belly was big. I was like, poor baby, you're just so full of piss.
Full of piss. Some men full of shit, some men full of piss.
So now he just has a little taste test of each piss, and then just lets it splash all over him. Just gets pissed on and has a little taste.
Yes.
He wants to try everyone.
So does he turn on onto this?
No, it's fine. So, say your OnlyFans, is it like both of yous or just you?
Both of us.
Both of yous.
But there's not like a lot. I feel like I can't really like hype it up because I probably haven't posted anything in 2 months. So we go through periods where we like post regularly, and then if we're posting regularly, we promote it. If we don't, like there's a lot of content on there.
Whose idea was it to like take the route of like OnlyFans and stuff like that?
Well, we did a porn together about 2 years ago. I don't know if you know 4 Chambers. It's like very kind of arty porn. It's really cool. It's run by one of my idols. She's amazing. I just love her. She's called Vex, and she's an amazing porn star. And yeah, it's very like very arty, and we got asked to do that. And then from there we're like, right, well, that's out there now. Like,
yeah, you're out there.
Yes,
exactly. Let's just do OnlyFans stuff. And there'd been so much out there already, like within our photography.
Yes.
Like we've done publications, and yeah, we're just open about it.
Oh, your photography is amazing, by the way. I love.
I feel like Miss Lissa Iris is a fan of your work.
I am,
now.
definitely.
Well, come be in it.
I will.
I'd love that. I'd be sick, all of you.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Sexy.
Wow. I want to hear more about the parties, the one night parties.
Yes. Well, when the first party I threw, that is, was actually for Toilet's birthday. I think it was like his 24th or 25th birthday.
So it was his birthday party.
Yeah. And this is years ago, and it was like in my an old friend that we don't really speak to anymore, but it's relevant, we're getting started. Their like house in Shadwell, and it was just like the toilet box was a bathtub. We just invited loads of girls from Instagram that we kind of knew, and I made some of like my best friends that night, like that I'm still really, really tight with today, that I speak with regularly, like spoken to 2 of the girls this week. And I was just like, there was this like a specialness of like walking into a space and being like, we don't know each other, let's all take our clothes off and just enjoy each other's company.
Yes.
Like having less clothes on means less boundaries instantly, and you've got
Absolutely.
something you see in each
It's
other.
a liberation to
Like
it.
trust.
You feel very liberated
Yeah.
that you're able to, you know, be
100%.
yourself because you yourself to the corner. Yeah.
Exactly. So that kind of ethos of that really stuck with me, but it wasn't. So we did a couple, we did another 2 at this person's house. Then we tried one at like a flat we lived in, and they weren't right. And I just kind of left it for a while. And then I met Adrena. She came around to ours and we got talking, and I just said, look, I've been wanting to host this like femme space where women, non-binary people, so this includes like trans women and non-binary people, is the gender specifics get complicated, and however I explain it, there is going to be someone that doesn't agree with my
That's why I like when you
It's
write
really,
it down, you said woman with the X in it.
Yeah.
So you don't want to be...
The X is now, there's some controversy over that. So
Can't ever please everyone, unfortunately.
I try my best to use the most inclusive language. And anyone that has come to the party will say it's an inclusive space. It's not for men. So
women only.
I think this is the idea, is it's not for men. So if you are a cis man, you're not welcome unless you're a toilet.
I think it's such a
I was about to say, so
empowering women.
How many toilets?
There's one toilet, and then we also have a foot slave, and there's 2 rooms. So it's in Adrina's space called Inanna, which is incredible dungeon. Massive shout out to her and her.
Does she do lessons?
She doesn't do lessons. She has a studio. There are doms that do
lessons, right? Yeah.
There is like I think it's the London Domination School. So
there's actually a school. Okay.
I don't know if it's still running, but yeah. Well, there's like doms you can shadow, or I think if you want to learn, the best thing is like a good submissive can teach you. So if you are in a position where that, like, if you can find a sub that you trust, you can learn through. Like, I think I learned a lot about myself as a dom through my partner being a good submissive, and I learned to explore him. And I think doing that in a dom can only teach you so much. It's the sub that you can learn the dynamic from and practice on. You can't practice with
learning from what they want, what they like.
Different subs like different things as well, right?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Everyone's got different preferences.
My partner wouldn't be a sub though. I'd have to find me a sub.
I'm sure you'd have no problem.
I'm sure I would.
I mean, you talk about pegging for a while now. Like,
I really want to peg. I love wearing a strap on, by the way. I'd love wearing a strap on.
I've never pegged anyone. So I've never pegged a bum, no. Only like women and vagina. So I would love to peg mum's bum.
What? Me too. I've only done women as well, but I'm dying to do a guy.
Yeah, I'd like to. Well, maybe we can double up and have our experience together.
Oh my God.
Okay, she got excited.
My pussy's tingling.
Good.
Wow. Wow, you'll be soaking in. No, but that's great. Like, I feel like having this type of parties as well. Like I saw a couple of like pictures that you have taken. Like, I really want to go one of these parties.
Absolutely, I think it sounds so empowering for women. Honestly,
yeah, it's special and sacred. Like, I know that sounds really cheesy, but it really is. Like, there's a corner of the room, and that's like there's a fuck machine there. And there's always like, on the first party back, the women were like called it the orgasm circle, and they were all like taking it in turns to get fucked by the fuck machine and hold like toys on their clits, and it was beautiful.
So it's all about being happy and coming and having
and exploring sexually. 100%, I love it.
Or just being in a space with like-minded people in little clothing. So I mean, you don't you can come as an observer as long as you're not gore. But I think it's about the right people having the right mentality. Like you don't want someone. I would never want someone to come who's just there to like as a tourist to just like
exactly.
But it's like, very selective as well, I know, because I know you check the guest list yourself.
Everything is checked, everything has to be verified. So like I'll go through every single person's Instagram and their IDs and check that they are who they say they are. So it's quite a lengthy process. But
what about like certs and stuff like that? Do you check people like get checked up?
Which one, sorry?
Like certs, like for example,
what is it? So
sexual health. Yeah.
I don't think you can enforce that at a party. Actually, I do send emails prior to the parties saying to,
like make sure you're good.
Like it's definitely very something I'm always encouraging is like, if you're going to be a sexual deviant, make sure your pussy's clean or you do anything.
I mean, I feel like people that are into that stuff tend to be the most clean because we get checked regularly.
Yeah, there's so much stigma that I absolutely despise around the fact that if you're a slut or if you're sexually active, then you're dirty. Actually,
it's the opposite.
I think we're more clean than regular people because 100%, for our job we have to be.
We have to check. We know that it's part of kind of the routine of someone that's sexually active. Whereas other people, you might a married woman who's got a horrible cheating partner might be more like
100%.
It's really annoying that it's a really old-fashioned, outdated thought process that just needs to be dead. I hate it.
I wanted to ask, so is the right term for, is it water sports? Is there different names for it?
Yeah, water sports, piss play. I mostly say water sports, I think.
Water sports, yeah.
Or just graphic pissing in his mouth.
I have a guy that I've been speaking to for a couple of years from Dubai, and he loves shit. And I literally just shit on video for him.
Amazing.
And I started taking these detox teas. So like I call him like when I feel the effects coming on, and I'm like, I'm ready for you. Got a good one.
What a lucky boy.
I don't know if I'd ever be able to do it in person. I think I could do the piss thing. I don't think I could do hard sports. I think it's
the smelly activity.
Yeah.
Isn't it? So
yeah.
I think like someone actually.
I think I'd tense up.
Yeah, I don't know because shit.
You get stage fright.
I think shit is sometimes like if you're on another toilet. I hate saying real toilet because my partner is a real toilet.
Oh, what a love.
But like, yeah, I think sometimes wee's harder to come out and poo. Like if you've
No,
got to go,
true.
you've got to go. Do you know what I mean? This has gone down a real like.
Yeah, like if you take a detox tea, then you really have to go.
Yeah,
you can't even hold it.
But I think doing it. Poo's so smelly, isn't it? So like it's really for a very
I've got a very weak stomach. I don't think
yeah you don't even,
and I just don't know how I would feel, because I would feel like I completely disrespected this person if I shit on them. I just don't know how I would feel afterwards.
Well, you could enjoy the fact that you've completely disrespected
that's
them,
true.
you know
That's
what I
true.
mean?
Yes, dominate.
And I know that he would enjoy it because
want.
that's what he wants.
Yeah,
like he always says to me,
completely.
I want to be your human toilet. He literally says that to me all the time.
Yeah, he won't feel disrespected. He'll be very, very happy, I'm sure.
True.
Yeah.
Like that will make his week, his mum.
Yeah.
But I don't.
You just have to think about that. You make these people happy, I guess.
Yeah, no, he always says, I mean, just say the number, come to Dubai and just
Really, just say the
do
number.
the business. Yeah.
It's particularly taboo out there, isn't it?
It's so big out there.
Yeah, because it's so taboo.
Yeah.
It's even
Because they're so restrained in their culture, their religion, that I feel like they're just complete freaks.
Yeah.
You can't even, they confiscated all my sex toys when I got to Dubai the last time. I was so sad. Like, as these women were taking out, I probably had like 10 butt plugs. They're looking at me like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, and I'm sure that they kept it because I said, can I come and get them when I'm leaving? And they were like, no, this will be destroyed. I'm like, you're such a liar. I'm sure you took that home. Because you can't even buy them there. They don't sell no sex toys. I was like, fuck you. I'm going to the supermarket. I'm buying some cucumbers. I will still get my fucking
And you did.
content in. Yeah.
And you did.
Yeah.
Miss Gold, what do you think? What was your most like extraordinary sexual experience in your life? What would you say was like the wow? Have you even reached that? Yeah? Or you have something in mind what you would do?
Like, I really want to do this cuckolding thing. So
Yes.
that's like really like, that's my biggest fantasy right now. We'll see. Like, just have to find the right guy.
So you want to
do it
get
with.
fucked in front of your man?
Yeah, I want to fuck him in front of my man.
Yeah.
Oh, you want, okay.
Yeah, like, I never really
okay.
think of things like as me getting fucked.
Yes.
I'm always
The one who.
So say the guy you would choose, obviously it needs to be like a special person. Would you want like another kind of submissive guy, or does it not really matter?
I just wouldn't want someone that, you know, you don't need to be submissive to be respectful. Just I wouldn't mind someone that was equal. You know, that we just had a good vibe, like, and there was just an equal, like, we were down. I would want him to be as twisted as me because I'd want him to, like,
Of course.
want to piss on toilet and, you know, degrade him and humiliate him verbally. So, you know, I would definitely want someone that was fucked up.
Yes.
So having that dominant streak, probably someone a bit switchy would be ideal.
So like, would your toilet be and basically sitting in the corner just watching, and then for the cleanup job?
Clean up.
Yeah.
You know, get me dressed, buy me the lingerie, put me in it. You know, get him to put the little. Really,
It's
really
such
got her on.
Cuck is a huge thing. I couldn't believe like how big it was when I got in it.
So much money in it, isn't there?
Yes.
Yeah.
So into the idea.
People
of
love it.
Yeah.
So that we've had like, I like things that kind of group situation. So stuff like
Orgies, you mean?
no, like there being two people,
Threesomes.
or foursomes.
Yeah.
I've only done 4. That's my max at once.
Yeah.
I'd go more.
Yeah.
But it's always been with other women. He's so
Yeah.
lucky. It's him and all.
He's so lucky. Like, he is so lucky. It's actually amazing.
So-
You know, but I feel like it's really hard to find another female for that because I really want to have a threesome. But like, I just don't have anyone in mind for it because I feel like people just, how do you even approach these people? Like, hey, I want to have a threesome. Come hang out with me and my man.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard.
I just think it was like that from the beginning. I think we had, this is again, the first kind of 2 weeks, we must have had like 3 different threesomes. But ours are like penetrative threesome, like of his dick going inside someone else's vagina. It's only ever happened once. So it's more like oral, or piss on him, you know.
So it's more like you being involved with the other person and then he
And he's
just
just
kind of
watching
being there watching.
No, he would eat them out. He'd eat their pussy,
Yeah.
their ass. I mean, he wasn't before. I think since we've been together, he's got more into penetrative sex with me, but he was like very focused on more like, you know, worshipping feet, eating pussy, eating ass. Like, I love having my armpits like worshipped as well, like licked and sniffed and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
So he was more in just all kind of service related stuff. So stuff that wasn't for his own pleasure. So we had a lot of those kind of.
He's a very selfless guy. Like,
Yeah.
is he like this in like real life?
So
Like, you know
he-
what I mean? In a no, like in a
personality
no,
is quite
like-
dominant. If you were to meet him,
so
you'd
like
be-
as a real
that's-
relationship, like is he the same? Like, would he do everything for you?
no,
Or
unfortunately not.
so he would he wash the dishes when you come home? Like, you know what I,
I think
mean?
if we didn't have kids, I think that where we run a business together, we have 2 kids together. Our life is very entwined. So him being a 24/7 sub would be we'd both love it, but just isn't really a possibility.
Yeah.
With like, you can't do certain things in front of the kids. So
Yeah, of
you know,
course.
we have to be very mindful, and we don't get as much time for play as we used to.
Of course.
We was about to ask that actually. Like, how do you guys
how do you
find
balance?
balance this?
It's hard, like, you know, and we definitely don't get to play as much as we'd like to. But, you know, when we go to sex parties, we're not in the house, so we can be freer in those spaces. And it basically, any opportunity where we don't have kids, we prioritize being filthy.
Yes.
So, you know, some people might go to the cinema for dinner. We're like, come on.
What do you mean? You used to come to
I
see me in
love it.
Turtle Bay. What happened in the background?
With the children. We always with the kids.
No, you guys came to you, you know, before.
Did
Yes,
we?
came, yeah, I think you did for a day.
Yeah,
Maybe you
yeah,
came for
but
me,
was
but I
preg-
didn't clock.
I was pregnant. So
True.
we had more time then, I guess.
I was going to say, with what you just said about him being dominant outside of when you guys are playing, I think that that's quite common though, isn't it? Like, I feel like a lot of guys that are very like dominant in their normal life usually really want to be dominated sexually.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Like, there are parts of his character that are submissive. Like, if we were to go to an event, he would kind of be shyer behind me. He doesn't talk as much.
Yeah.
There is a submissiveness to his personality.
I see that though.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I am okay, sorry. Yeah, I'm definitely the kind of
More
outgoing.
outgoing.
The outgoing one. He's quiet. He's shyer. But in terms of like decision making, like, he's much better at organization and all of that. I don't know. Like, he's very assertive in his opinions of what he likes and what he doesn't
Yes.
like, and in his friendship groups as well.
Do they know the friendship?
I mean, it's hard to hide. We're
Yeah.
all over the internet.
Yeah.
We're all-
You guys are
Exactly.
very popular on the internet, and
Yeah.
definitely you guys should give them a follow as well. We're gonna put their name
Yes.
down below under the video.
Yeah.
So you can, so like somewhere down here, you're gonna put down their links so you can follow
Yes.
her and you can follow him as well.
How can people get involved in the parties if they wanted to?
So on one night, there's at the top in the bio, there's like a link to the website, and you basically have to fill out a verification, like just your name, have you been to fetish parties before, just a little bit about you so I can get a feel of who you are, your Instagram handle, FetLife, if you know what that is, which is like, do you know what FetLife is as well?
No.
So FetLife is like a social media network, like specifically for kink. It's
Okay.
very like stuck in the noughties. It's not got a nice interface. Like, it's not, there's no app. But people have them, and you can seek like a dom or whatever.
So just an experience basically shows how experienced you are in these scenes.
Not that is your experience. Like, you don't necessarily need to be into kink. Like, you don't have to be into kink. It can just be curiosity. But
Yeah.
some people choose to, if they Instagram might be private, but they might show me that. So
It's
like,
enough for you to
yeah,
see
so
who is the person.
Instagram, Twitter, just basically, some people do their Facebook, whatever. Like, I'm
Yeah.
not fast, just a social
Just so you
media.
get a good
So you have a good
Yeah,
idea
yeah.
of
exactly.
who are there,
Basically,
yeah.
something that will give me a good feel for you.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's it really. There's a little thing for ID as well. just
And
to
no
check
man
it.
allowed.
No men allowed.
People, men try and apply, and I'm just like, you are wasting my time. I should just having to know you. So,
How many
Yeah.
times do you have to say it? Women
quite-
only.
quite a lot of times.
Not even as a couple. Would you
No.
ever think about doing like a couples event like that?
We have considered it, doing maybe a femdom night, but we'll see. We'll see as this grows. We're busy.
Yes.
And I don't trust men very much. You let men into a space, a lot
Yeah.
more things go wrong.
100%.
I agree. And
That's
it's-
testosterone.
Especially when it comes to
Yeah.
sexual
Sexuality,
stuff.
yeah,
Yeah,
I just-
sexuality.
And I think there are so many great parties for couples.
Yeah.
Like, I don't
100.
think I need to take up that space.
We need more for
I
women.
think it's really
Yeah.
nice that
Yeah.
it's all women.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I love it. Keep it that way.
That's like this one night is gonna just be that. But yeah, and I think like Club Verboten, I love as is a great place for couples to go together.
What's it called?
Club Verboten,
Oh,
which
Club
means
Verboten.
forbidden in German.
Oh.
That makes me feel smart. I know that.
Nice.
But and then there's Torture Garden, which is another completely different feeling place.
There's so much to this world.
There
So
are
much.
so
There's
many.
so much.
There's Killing Kittens as well, which is another. I've never been to that one actually. There's so many. There's little private ones. There's swingers parties. If like you're a couple and you want to go and like have a threesome or swing. Or,
Yeah.
there are so many different things. For so many
I love the
different
fact that you're so
preferences.
knowledgeable about these things.
Yeah.
Like if
Mhm.
I ever want to go to these parties, I think I need
Ask
to
me.
message
You
you.
know,
Yes, exactly.
I'm
You know
so
what?
happy that you came to the podcast
Yes,
and
thank
talked about
you
it.
so
I learned so
much.
You've
much.
been amazing.
Me too.
Thank
This has
you
been
so
so
much.
interesting.
I've really
Yeah.
said
Talking
it
of
literally
this.
felt like 10 minutes. You could talk about this.
I think
all
we
day.
need a part 2.
Yes,
I
we
think
do.
we need more.
Yeah.
We want to
part
We do a
two.
part 2 and I could bring toilet.
Yes,
Oh,
please bring
I'm down with
toilet.
toilet.
Yay, we want to meet toilet.
Bring toilet.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much,
for
Miss
having me.
Gold.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so
so
much.
much.
Thank you.
And yes, guys, don't forget to comment, like, and especially subscribe. And make sure you follow Miss Gold and
Thank you.
Vagabond Instagram. We'll leave all the links. And
Down below, and thank you so
yeah,
much.
we'll see
Thank
you
you
next
for
guys.
watching.
time.
Bye.